Hi everybody, today is the letter N in the hashtag ABC April 2026 challenge. Today I am going with neutrals, nature, and did I have any other N's? Neutral, nature, and I don't know, we'll see as we go along. I am aiming for something a little like this, but I think with more pages. This was just a little trial run I did last night before I went to bed. So I have already started a little. I don't have a huge block of time today where I can just sit and film it all in one go, so I do apologise for any changes in camera angle, in lighting. It's just going to be something I'm going to have to chip away at today. Because I have to go and do this thing called work. How awful. So the first thing I'm going to do is glue these two pieces together. And I'm just going to run a bead across the top and the bottom, because I want them to be pockets. So when I fold them, I will have a pocket in each side. Right, I'm going to let that one dry a moment. So I have already glued these. I love this one. It's like it's like a quilt. I love it. Glued these all together. You could do different papers on each side if you wanted to. I wanted mine to match on each side. I am then going to score these at 3 1/2, which is there. And then that is going to become our flap. Which way do we fold it? And then you see we have a pocket this side and a pocket this side. This will have a tab on. I think you get the view. Right, which side do we want us to fold? That side, I think. I am trying to be sensible about where the flap is going to be. It doesn't mean I'm going to get it right though. Try and fold it straight. Oh, you absolute doylem. I might have to redo this one. I might have to pull another paper out. Let's try again. I thought my glue had come unstuck, but no, you just folded it the wrong way. Is that going to bother me? Probably. So you see the vision? It's gonna... I suppose I can hide the crease. I can stick something over it, can't I? We'll see. We'll see. Right, where's this pocket, that end and that end? Here's how not to do it, guys. I do wish the numbers were in a colour so they were easier to see. That's 3. Where's my opening? Won't make that mistake again, will I? That's 4 actually, if you can count. 3.5. Yeah, so I'm scoring these at 3.5, which enables us to have one side taller where we are going to put our tab, because I have tabs on these. They are only small tabs. I don't have a proper notch maker. I have bought one on Vinted, but it is yet to arrive. You never know. I might get it in the next few hours, who knows. So my notch maker that I have is on a letterboard, one of these letter punch boards. So this side makes like a notch. It's only a small notch. It's only a little dinky little one. So it doesn't give me a very big, but I like the shape it gives. And I can't cut that because that's not where my skills lie. Right. I've pulled that out. Where am I going? 3.5. Three and a half. When I did it yesterday, I folded the papers first and then stuck them, and I just, for the life of me, couldn't get them lined up right. So I decided today that I would glue them together first, because they would be easier to, you know, line up, in theory. Whether or not I've managed that in practice. I mean, they are absolutely straighter than they were yesterday. So, right. And then, the way I stuck these together was, I stuck the pocket to the tall, but I stuck it as a pocket, so they are like, I mean, that one's, the front one is just stuck down as pocket. But it's like a double pocket, so we've got the pocket within the page, and then I stuck it as a pocket also. If you didn't want so many pockets in yours, you could absolutely just, you could either glue your page, these two together, and just have a pocket there, which I might do on some of them, so they're not all double pockets. I need to put a notch into all of these. So I'm going to start notching these. Shall we decide what order we want them to go in first and which ones we want to glue up? Which one do we want on the front? I really like that one, but I don't know if I like the way that's... Which one do you want on the front? You're both thinking it. Right, let's go that one front, that one next, and that one, that one, that one, that one. Like so. In that order, I think. So it will be in that sort of order. Now before I glue this together, I need to put a notch in here, and I need to put the tab on here. So, what time are we on? I don't know, I haven't got my watch on. I am going to put notches in first. Notch. 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 Right, which ones of these do we want to glue up? Because some of them I do want to glue. I think I'm going to glue this one, the one that I messed up the fold on. Just to give it a bit more stability, maybe. I think I'll ink all these before I fasten them together as well. So that one's going to be double pocket, that's going to be single. Double pocket, single, double pocket, single. Sure, why not? So single, double, double, single. Obviously this would have been easier if I'd have decided this earlier, but with this glue with the nozzle it's quite easy-ish to get in there. It's not a big deal really. Right, single pocket, double pocket, front single pocket. I think an insect or something just flew into my window. Right. Okay. So there we have our pages. I have made this one more pages. This one was only 3. I am beginning to wonder if this is too many and if I should split them down into 2. Is it too many pages? Nah, we can do it. It's like a little mini journal then, isn't it? Right. Next, we need to figure out our notches. So because there is 6 pages, that makes it nice and easy because these are 6 inches long, tall, 6 inches tall. That means our tabs, because we want 6 of them, are going to be 1 inch long each. So do I want them to overlap? Do I want them to... These ones didn't overlap. These ones sort of went to each other. No, we'll do them just to each other. Right, so brain power. I need to mark these. So the first one, we'll just get a mark. I'm going to use a pen so it's easy to see, because some of these being pattern papers, it's not so easy to see. At 1 inch. That's where the notch will be. This one's going to need 2 notches, one either side of the tab. So this one's going to be marked at 1. A bit close to the fold, I think. Come on now, Carla. These pages are ever so slightly shorter than 6 inch. 2. This one will be marked at 2 and 3. 2 and 3. This one will be marked at 3 and 4. 3 and 4. This one will be marked at 4 and 5. And this one at 5 because we can't mark it at 6. Right. Notch. Right. So I have to use this upside down so I can place my mark in the right place. So I just slide it in and then line it up. Can you see? There's my mark. So I just need to put it in the middle of here. So I'm just gonna about that. And then there's my notch. Like I say, it's not a very deep notch. It's only a shallow one. And then this one requires 2. So that is my first notch and my second. So that and that will be cut away. These are going to be kind of round. It's not the vision I had. That one. And that one. They're quite round, aren't they? Obviously needed more of a space between my notches. That's okay, they can be like little tabs. Right, where's my next one? I'm trying to keep this in camera. And that one. That one. And that one. And then next one. There. Right. Clean up my. I went everywhere, did them. All over. Right, front page. Glue that pocket down. And that one. Glue. Oh, corner rounder. Inking. Yeah, we need the corner rounder. And that corner, and that corner. I think I'm going to keep. Am I keeping these ones square? What did I do on my other one? That one. Yeah, I kept those edges square on that one. I think I'm going to do the same again. Right. Need to trim that. Come on now, Carla. Right. See, I'm trying to be quick and I'm forgetting what I'm doing. Oh. Right. Now need to line up here. Oh, that's just the lid. And take off. Yeah. Ooh, I think my ruler moved. And there we have our first tab. Right, number 2. So this one we need to glue, not glue, cut. Make sure it's straight. Don't want a monkey. Right, we are then going to cut this bottom section. And the little piece above the tab also. leaving the tab. Around the corners. That one was not very good, but just the top corners, wasn't it? Yeah. Right, number 3, that one. So you get the gist. Cut above and below the tab where there is space above and below. When we get to the last one, we'll just cut above. I'll be right back when I've done this. Okay, I'm back. I had to stop myself. Got a little carried away. I finished cutting my tabs. I have inked around all of the pages, inside corners, rounded the corners, and then I've started gluing my pages together. So I stopped myself to show you for the last 2. It's very, very simple. I think it's looking good so far. Not sure what I'm going to fill it with. Right, so all you do is this little pocket. Glue down the short edge, down the long bottom. Whoop. Me and my infamous straight lines. And then up this edge. And then it's very simply a case of, I say very simply, lining up, getting it, oh, well that's not straight now, is it? Oh, I'm not even in camera. Lining it up, getting it straight. Applying some pressure while your glue dries. I don't have much longer this morning. I think I'm going to call it quits here for this morning. Once I've got these all together. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave this under something heavy, because these pages just naturally want to spring open. So I think if I leave it under some weight, that will help. Hopefully. Oh goodness me. Probably gonna have to separate all these pockets out. They're gonna be stuck down, aren't they? Yeah, I'll leave it under something heavy. While I've been working with it, I've sort of put my craft punch on it. I'll leave it under something heavy to help just try and get these pages to lay down. I mean, they are doing better now. They're stuck together. There's a bit more weight to it. And obviously on these front ones, I've been pressing them down a bit anyway. So here is our little pocket journal so far. Pocket journal, that's a good thing to call it, I think. A neutral nature. What was my other one? Neutral nature notebook. Oh yes, I might put in my first one. I put a notebook in. I made a little notebook. I put a notebook. So I'll find a spot for a notebook in here. That might be a good spot for a notebook. It's quite a busy page. Yes, that'll be a good spot for a notebook. What time is it? Alexa, what time is it?
It's 9:12 AM.
Oh, I've got 5 minutes to put a notebook together. We can do it. Right. Sheet of paper. Fold it in half. Long ruler. And then that's going to be too long, but we'll trim it down, it's fine. And then we want it in half again. You can use your scraps if you have some to make your own notebook. I quite like to just use some plain or lined paper for a little notebook. Personal preference. I quite like to have a line to write on. Exciting, I know. So I've just gone in half and then half for the other way. I'm keeping the fold at the top because that's going to be the top of our notebook. So you can either just stack them like so, or lay them over each other as you do in Notepad. You can make these different lengths, you can ink around them, you can do whatever you want. Right, so it's going in here. I'm going to take maybe that much off. Shall we tear them? Do we want a staggered look? So if that's my overall length. No, just do it. Don't get too fussy with it. Right, now in the one that I did previously, I used one of my semicircular offcuts. Which one do I want? I don't really want the one that matches this page. I want something a bit different. I think that one. I just attach that there with a quick staple. That's not in the middle. Like so, and then your notebook is held together. And then all I did, I think I used glue stick on that other one. I mean, you could attach this with, say, you could do like a mini belly band and slot it into the mini belly band. You could put it in a pocket. I don't want to. I want my notebook to be fastened down to my page. There, notebook. I think that's nice. Right, I am going to weigh this down now. So I will do that and I'll be back later this evening, hopefully while there's still some daylight. So I'll catch you in a bit. Hi everybody. We're now on the next day. I'm going to finish this off this morning. I don't have long to film. I only have about half an hour, but I think I'm all prepared and get this knocked out. So I have already made 4 journaling cards to go into these large pockets. So I'm going to make these last 2 with you. I mean, I haven't even decorated them because I think the paper's lovely. It's literally sticking a piece of paper onto a piece of paper, so you don't really need showing. But I figured I'd best leave something to do with you. So I'm going to stick it onto the plain side of this one, because then I don't have to decorate. I could obviously decorate it the other side up, even though it is pattern paper, but I'm just trying to make myself life a little easier this morning. My day went a bit sideways yesterday, so I didn't have a chance to finish this off last night. It was a long old day at work, and then with my daughter's swimming lessons, and then getting her home, getting her hair washed and everything else. Which do I need? Another on the green side. I was just exhausted by the time it came to like not having to parent and everything else, so I did not have the energy to craft last night. So I settled down with a bit of social media, doom scrolling, and then my book. Oh, have I put that on upside down? Don't think it really matters, does it? Be fine. And I think it was just what I needed. Right, so that's 2 very simple journaling cards finished off. I inked them, well I cut them to size, did the corners, inked around both sides of them, and did the same with these are just some revision cards. They're quite thin, so which one do I want? I think I want the green one on the front. No, because it's going in the big pocket, Carla. We're going to make some tags to go in these little pockets. It really doesn't matter. I probably could have done with making them 1/2 inch, maybe even 1/4 inch smaller. Just so that they didn't poke out, but I don't mind them poking out. It does make the tab a little bit, what's the word I'm looking for? Inadequate. The tab probably could have done with being bigger. But it is what it is now. I could always stick a tab over the top of it, but I'm not doing that today. If I come to use this in a journal at some point, or what have you. I mean, it might even go in somebody's Happy Mail. Oh, I need to do that today. I need to go to the post office and post a Happy Mail. There. I'm starting to chunk up a little. And then tags I have already made 4. So we've just got a rub-on butterfly, or dragonfly in that case, and a word, and then just a little bit of brown paper. They're actually post-it notes that I've trimmed down on the back with a lovely little eyelet in the thing. In hindsight, I probably would have used a flatter eyelet, because these are quite, they've got quite a profile on them. So they are going to chunk up as journal even more, but it's okay. I'd already put a couple of them on by the time I thought about it, and it was too late at that point because I wanted them all to match. This is just an offcut from making the journal cards, and I figured I'd use the offcuts to make the tags. This is another offcut from making the journal cards when I was trimming them down to size. So I can't give you any sizes to follow because it all depends on what size you would make yours. Right, and then all I'm doing is simply folding this in half, and then my good old corner rounder. Ooh, we didn't want to do that one. That's one. Oh, wrong corner. We don't want that one. And another. This really isn't exciting, is it? Won't be winning awards for most exciting video. You might find that my recording slows down a little now I'm back at work. It might just be a little much to be making a video each day while working a, pretty much full-time job. Ink. I will try and keep up with them. But please don't be surprised if I don't. And once this challenge is over, I'll certainly not be posting on a daily basis. It just so happened that I saw this and wanted to give it a whirl right as I was starting my, let's say, creative journey. I'm not sure how comfortable I am yet making videos, but we'll see. Right, is that all I need? Yeah, because I've already cut these and inked them. Right, so I am going to again stick my, what rub ones are we going to use? I think I've only got these like butterfly ones left. I don't want to use that one because it's not like the others I've used really. I suppose it leans into that a bit, but it's really small. I'm thinking maybe those two, but then do we want, I suppose those two are colourful. Do we want those two? Or do we want those two? I do have one black butterfly. I could do those two, couldn't I? Okay. Right, let's get these put together. Nope. I could absolutely use my glue stick for this. I just had this glue out, so this is what I've used. For no other particular reason. Don't look too closely because it's wonky. They're always wonky. I can never get them straight. I think even if I put marks where to put them, I'd still wind up with them wonky. Adds to the homemade look, doesn't it, I suppose. I do try. And then I go, yeah, it'll do. Just gluing the tab on. And that might have a bit of glue leakage. A little bit close to the edge there. Right, that's one. Is that even straight? Because I wasn't actually going to put it on that side first. About that. Sure, why not? Oh my goodness, definitely not that. Oh, good lord. Right, so I'm going to, should we do the eyelets first? Sorry about that. Back. Finish these off. About there. And then I've always to get my little pokey tool because it never comes out. And then about there. And then eyelets. I don't think I'll buy these again. They, like I said, they're quite chunky, but The back on them feels really long. I suppose it'll be good for like a really thick project, but I mean, I generally don't do something that needs such a long back on it. Squeeze! And I just don't find the... I mean, they're not splitting, so that's good. But they're quite difficult to throw that a bit far. It's a little aggressive for that. They're not easy to... what's the word I'm looking for? Set. Oof. I mean, give them the dues. They're not splitting. They don't feel overly sharp. So they're obviously better quality than the cheap ones that I bought. I'm just being a bit fussy. And I shouldn't be. Right. Ribbons. And then we'll pick a word from my set of stickers. There. And there. A rubbing tool. That one's come loose quite easy. Right, this one. That one's popped straight off on that side. That one popped off right easy as well. I'm glad that I didn't have the issue that a friend of mine had on her video that she posted yesterday. Jackie had real issue with her ribbons. They weren't very easy to use, the ones she had. Right, so I have all of these to pick from. I'm thinking the pinky ones might be nice on here. But we have lots of different words and colours. Maybe a pinky one on here and a darker one on here. Maybe. So we've already got, what words have we already got? We've got lovely, ethereal, imagine, and beauty. So I want something that might go with those. I'm just having a look on here as well, because I don't know that I like any of those ones. I'm looking at the darker ones. The words are repeated, they're not all different. I think there's sort of two different sets that are all sort of done in different colours. What about believe? Could do believe, couldn't we? Believe. And ooh, come here. I'm going to stick that onto here, which is my post-it note offcuts from these. Right, so that's going to go on there. That was quite a small one, so maybe we could do with a larger word on that one. What about adventure? We've not had adventure, have we? beauty, imagine, ethereal, lovely, graceful, vulnerable, surrender, affectionate. What about affectionate? Can a butterfly be affectionate? Can now. Right. I'm just separating off that bit of post-it. And then we'll just clip between the two. This one. Believe. Oops. Make sure that stick as well. I did. I don't want it coming up. Believe and affectionate. Perhaps before I set these down, I should have inked around the edge of these, but I haven't done on any of the others, so I can't do on this one now. And that thought, oh, they just occurred to me. Affectionate. There we go. So that's our tags. Where's my pen? Right. And then I think the only other thing I want to do is somewhere here. I have some washi tape, and on my first one, I put a strip of washi tape down the spine just to cover this. So I think I picked this one. It's a nice neutral and floral one, so neutral in nature. Right. And then just tidy that end. I think I'm just going to run it over my glue stick because it's washi tape, so you know. Sorry, I've totally just taken it out of camera. I was so far away. Right. Straight and in the middle would be awesome, but we all know that's unlikely that I'm going to manage that. So we'll just go with it. Need to trim that end off. Get off, please. Probably going to be done with that being a touch longer, but never mind. Where's my... Get that down nicely on the other side. Okay, I think we might be done. So, let's have a dragonfly, a birdfly. There's no rhyme or reason to why I'm putting these, it's all random. Obviously we have pockets we haven't filled, we have space we haven't filled, but honestly, I'm just so done with this. I'm ready to be done with making this video.
So there is my neutral nature with a notepad. I think that's it from me for today. It was a nice little project. I wish I'd have got it finished yesterday. I didn't, but never mind. So that's it from me for today. I hope you enjoyed this video in all its mismatched cut up glory, and I'll catch you in the next one. Thank you very much, and I'll see you later.